transportation facilitates speedy movement of goods and persons and helps promote integration between the domestic and global economies. It also impacts positively on productivity and economic performance, especially for developing countries. The Nigerian aviation industry comprises 21 airports managed by FAAN. 6 of these are designated international airports, 4 privately owned airports, 226 helipads and helidecks, and 40 aerodromes. The sector has been characterized by decades of underinvestment, not only in the fixed assets such as taxiways, runways, and terminal buildings, but also in fire and safety equipment, training, lighting, and power generation. Apart from the Murtala Muhammed International Airport (MMIA) in Lagos, which was operating beyond its capacity, most of the airports are operating below their design capacity. The President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration inherited an aviation industry that was in a very deplorable state. Even though the aviation industry had huge potentials and could contribute significantly to Nigeria's economic growth, investment in the industry had stagnated and the Nigerian air travelers suffered for it. To tackle the decay in the aviation industry and give Nigeria the world-class aviation industry it deserves, the President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, through its transformation agenda, set out to revamp and revolutionize the industry by taking steps to build a safe, secured and efficient aviation industry, focused on making Nigeria a hub that meets international standards and best practices for the African continent. To ensure that the transformation program in the aviation sector delivered the projected dividends for Nigerians, the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration started by undertaking a review of the industry and stakeholders' consultations, which included discussions with both foreign and domestic airline operators and consultation with funding institutions and financial advisory firms such as World Bank, AFC, IFC, US Exim, related intergovernmental agencies such as the CBN, Ministry of Finance, BPP, DMO, and with international agencies and regulatory bodies, for example, ICAO, IATA, TSA, and SITA, to ensure our strategic approach is in line with international best practices. The result was the Aviation Sector Master Plan. The Aviation Sector Master Plan has 3 strategic objectives. The first strategic objective under air transportation is to develop Lagos and the FCT, Abuja, as a regional hub in line with international standards and best practices, and to develop requisite capacity and manpower to meet the needs in the aviation industry for the 21st century. The second strategic objective focuses on sustainability and aims at changing the business model of the industry into a self-sustaining model through increased private sector participation to reduce the financial burden on government. The third strategic objective focuses on socio-economic development and aims to maximize the contribution to the socio-economic development of the Nigerian economy through increased trade and inflow of foreign direct investment, focusing and growing economic free zones and agro-allied designated airports and resultant job creation. The Aviation Sector Transformation Program focuses on the key areas of safety and security, infrastructure development, economic development, policy, legal and institutional reforms, and human capacity building. In recognition of the critical nature of accurate and real-time weather services to safe navigation, we have acquired state-of-the-art technology to enhance meteorological safety within our airspace. Some of the safety technology acquired and installed include the Doppler Weather Radio Station 4, real-time detection and tracking of hazardous weather systems such as thunderstorms, wind shear turbulence, and dust storms, providing early warning for pilots and the general public of hazardous weather systems, determining the precise location of areas of turbulence and wind shear in the atmosphere, determining the height, amount of precipitation, speed of movement of rain-bearing clouds, accurate and timely weather forecasts. Other technologies acquired include low-level wind shear alert systems that measures wind speed and directions at remote sensor stations situated around an airport. Instrument Calibration Workshop. The new Instrument Calibration Laboratory is located at the National Weather Center Complex, Abuja Airport. Upper air equipment that measures the condition of the atmosphere, that is, pressure, wind speed and direction, dry and wet bulb temperatures, humidity, all at different heights. Integrated Aviation Weather Observing and Display System, an integrated system with automatic weather station, ceilometers, runway visual range, lightning and thunderstorm detectors. The Rhythm Synergy Satellite Image Receiver used for receiving real-time weather images from the meteorological satellites. Since the inception of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, 22 airports have been equipped with the lighting and thunderstorm detection equipment. Nimitz thunderstorm detectors cover a range of over 200 kilometers. As part of the transformation process, Nimitz subjected its facilities, processes, systems and services to International Standards Organization Quality Management System audit. Nimitz has now received the ISO certification, an aeronautical meteorological service, making Nigeria the first in West Africa to achieve this. The National Weather Forecasting and Climate Research Center, Abuja, a world-class meteorological center, was established by the President Goodluck Jonathan administration as part of the transformation process. This Nimitz certification is a confirmation of Nigeria's compliance with international aviation standards and best practices in the provision of weather services for airline operations and has boosted the confidence of airline operators and other users of the meteorological data and products. Nigeria has achieved total very high-frequency radio coverage of her airspace. The Total Radio Coverage of Nigeria project, TRACON, was conceived as a key requirement for the modernization of Nigerian air traffic management infrastructure. This has brought our airspace at par with the International Civil Aviation Organization standards and recommended practices. Other achievements in the area of communication, navigation, surveillance services and infrastructure include the establishment of 5 search and rescue centers, acquisition of a sophisticated search and rescue aircraft, and continuation of collaboration with other relevant agencies such as NEMA, NIMASA, NAF, and NN to strengthen our search and rescue capacity. The enhancement of institutional capacity through the establishment of an accident investigation laboratory to analyze cockpit voice recorder and black box, This is the first of its kind in West Africa. Safety improvement by identifying potential hazards, proposing safety actions, and monitoring implementation of safety recommendations. In response to new domestic and international challenges, the aviation sector under President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has achieved the following in terms of aviation security. It has developed a new security strategy that recognizes the combined effect of international collaboration, skilled and well-trained human resources, as well as technology acquisition in a sustainable manner. A signed Memorandum of Understanding and agreements with the United States government for the reciprocal deployment of air marshal on aircraft bound to and coming from the United States of America. To intensify monitoring of implementations of all security measures. It has installed CCTV surveillance cameras in all major airports. Has installed advanced imagery technology, body scanners, recruited additional security personnel, and intensified training and retraining of staff. The airport is the first place most foreigners come in contact with Nigeria. Before the inception of President Goodluck Jonathan's administration, most of our airports were in a sorry state, giving us a bad image internationally. To address this, the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration undertook the remodeling of Nigeria's airports to conform to international standards. The project is divided into 3 phases. Phase 1 includes the upgrading and redesign and reconstruction of the following terminal buildings: General Aviation Terminal, MMA; International Terminal, MMA; Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, the International Terminal; Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, the Domestic Terminal; Kaduna Airport Terminal; Margaret Ekpo International Airport Terminal in Calabar; Benin Airport Terminal; Akanu Ibiam International Airport Terminal, Enugu; Sam Mbakwe Airport Terminal, Owerri; Port Harcourt International Airport Terminal; Yola Airport Terminal; Yakubu Gowon Airport, Jos. As of April 2013, 7 projects have been commissioned. They are the General Aviation Terminal, MMA, Lagos; the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Domestic Terminal; the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport Terminal in Kano; Benin Airport Terminal; Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu; 2 Hajj terminals, that is, Kano and Kaduna. The Yola and Sam Mbakwe Airport, Owerri, are ready for the Phase 2 of the project and consists of the remodeling of the remaining 11 airport terminals and introduction of new perishable cargo and pilgrim processing facilities. 14 perishable cargo terminals for export are billed for completion in 2014. The terminals are located in Abuja, Akure, Calabar, Ilorin, Jalingo, Kano, Jos, Lagos, Makurdi, Minna, Owerri, Asaba, Port Harcourt, and Uyo. Selection of location is based on regional agricultural comparative advantage and private sector expression of interest. Phase 3 consists